Right now, we'll start right now. We're starting. Welcome to the Joe and Sherin Podcast. Are you getting this in? Are you getting all this in, Jamie? Yeah. That's going right in the very start. There's the microphones for anyone who's listening.
Jamie, what kind of producer?
I thought you were experienced.
I'm joking.
She knows we're starting. This is on. We're already started.
Okay.
And at the very start, if you're not watching it on YouTube, you will see Sherin trying to make herself, not messing, trying to make herself lovely. Because we're in the studio.
It's really hot.
It's hot. Let me start off.
So hot.
I'm just going to fill it in as well before we go into Latifa, our guest.
Jawadi.
Can I give you a little spiel here real quick, because we are on our second episode of today. Even though this is going to be released next week, I want to get ahead of the curve. Sherin went and changed her clothes to make it look like I was a scruff. Or we did a podcast and I wore these clothes. With Dan Stevens.
Lies. What happened was we went home the other day, came back, and Joe came back in the same clothes.
That's bullshit. It's not.
That is what happened to
Well,
you.
I guarantee you, this is episode 26, by the way, which is recorded because next week it'll be raining. There'll be no need for us to be in fucking shorts.
Well,
and you're going to look like a dope. She's going to look like people going, oh my God.
Clown, isn't he?
People are going to look like, why is Sherin you wearing our little shorts and all instead of being 200 large light?
You think you're so clever because you're a comedian.
I'm not so
you
clever.
turned up in the same clothes, Joe.
I'm only joking. No, we're just on our second one. But before we go in, it's episode 36. Welcome to the episode, friends. Because we have all our friends and our family listening in. And thanks so much.
Our subscribers.
And then we have obviously Sherin on board here. We have an amazing editor, promoter over our podcast, Jamie. And then our guest, mostly important, is talking into the mic. Yeah. Our guest is Latifa
Jawadi.
Yeah.
That's
Jawadi.
how is it pronounced? It sounds
Jawadi.
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 Sounds
V.
Jawadi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the W was a mistake.
Right.
Yeah, oh really? What? So okay, because it sounds like a song. Jawadi. It's a song from the 60s.
Is that not Mawadi?
No,
Wadi?
that's a drink.
Yeah, Mawadi.
But there's a song that goes Jawadi Wadi.
So you can't do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
So Joe's a comedian, by the way. So beware.
Okay.
It's comedian, not comedian.
Oh God.
She's doing with the D what you did with the W.
Yes.
You're saying Jawadi,
Yeah.
and she's saying comedian.
No, I don't have a problem with W, but
okay.
my name is spelling with V.
V. Okay.
V.
Okay.
Not W.
It's a great name. So can you film me in then?
Yeah,
I
suppose I'll do a tiny little intro.
Yeah, a little intro into
to Latifa. So we were invited to Kerry, the both of us, to do the Women Empowering event. Was it Women Empowering?
You're both speakers at the Women Empowering?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
She was. I interviewed
Okay.
Latifa, and on the way to Kerry, Latifa told me a whole story. Obviously, being on stage, we couldn't get everything in, but I was absolutely blown away by Latifa's story, because Latifa is Afghani. Am I right?
Yeah.
And Latifa had to flee Afghanistan due to the Taliban occupying Afghanistan.
Yes.
Really?
So she was actually in the middle of Afghanistan the day they took over, which we're going to ask you to tell us about. Go through again, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay?
No problem.
And her story is just amazing. And now she's here resident in Ireland, and she look, I could go into the whole story for you, but there's no point if you're going to tell the story. So that's Latifa, and I was blown away. She's such a beautiful soul, very kind, smiley.
You get that off her straight away. I got that off.
Beautiful energy, beautiful person, and I had such a great time. I mean, Kerry, we actually became friends.
Good.
So
I'm sure you're going to be friends for many, many years.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
So, and she does a lot of stuff. And Latifa, I didn't even get to talk to you about this on the stage in Kerry, about your sister, is it, that runs the school as well? Can we talk about that? No.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
problem.
we can edit anything that needs to go.
You can
we can
talk.
do. Yeah, because I think that's really special as well. What she does and how because you're going to tell us why it's important to do the schooling online and the
Yes, of course.
So let's go back to Latifa being a child and growing up in Afghanistan. I know, because you did say you love to go home. You love Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You miss it?
I love Afghanistan. So I was born in Afghanistan, and my parents, during the civil war in Afghanistan, we had about 40 years civil war in Afghanistan.
40 years of civil war.
Yeah,
That's
of
nuts,
course.
isn't it? Just
So many people died because of that, and so many people they become an immigrant or refugee around the world because of that. So we fled to Iran. And I raised there and finished my school there, my high school there. And
In Iran?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then during the democracy, after the first period of Taliban government, we returned to Afghanistan, and I continue my study, my education in Afghanistan, in University of Kabul.
So what were you studying?
Yeah, Kabul. Is that the capital of Afghanistan?
Yeah, the capital of Afghanistan is Kabul. And I studied the law university in Kabul.
Wow.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So after that, after a big graduation, I became a lawyer.
Oh, nice.
So I worked as head of legal aid in my hometown, in Department of Justice. So I was.
So you
working
worked for the government at that time. Yeah.
Of course. I was working with 6 other lawyer, and I was the head of office, and I was the lecturer in university in my hometown as well, in law university, law faculty. So that time was very good actually. And after that, I moved back to Kabul, and that time I got divorced, and I had my son. He was 2 years old, and we went back to Kabul because Vice President asked me to join them in their office. So
that was like a promotion then again. You
a big promotion for me.
Up to the president's office. Nice.
Yes, of course. I remember I traveled to Kabul from my hometown. My hometown was in another city, and so he invited me to his office and asked me to join them. So I accepted because it was a big promotion for me. So yeah, and after that I worked with him about 4 years as a law expert and civil law, and for 1 year and 1.5 years. I was the child right advisor on behalf of UNICEF in his office.
Oh, nice.
So, and I had a bigger dream, so I applied for a job in Anti-Corruption Commission of Afghanistan.
Okay, so you wanted to go into corruption?
Yes, because I was as a lawyer, I was working.
Anti-corruption.
Yes,
anti-corruption. Yeah, and I'm sure there was a lot of it going on.
A lot.
So
during the whole my working life, I was dealing with corruption cases. As a lawyer, as an expert of law in Vice President office, just 1.5 years, just child right advisor. But I had to advise so many cases. So I just decided to follow my career in this field. So I got the job as head of investigating corruption cases, anti-corruption.
Amazing, yeah.
Why would you not want to leave? Flying at the top of your field. Well done.
So it wasn't so easy
to get the job.
Yes.
Yeah, because you did tell me there was a bit of a fight with that, because before
about
we go
1 month.
Yeah, before we go into that, just because I know when the Taliban take over, then women are kind of diminished or whatever. But for you, I know even prior to the Taliban, it was still a struggle being a woman trying to get that position, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. So, living as a woman in a society like traditional society or religious society is not easy.
Yeah, of course.
You know that because when you wake up, every day you wake up, you start fighting for every single things as a woman,
second-class citizen, really,
like wearing your makeup, how to dress, how to so choosing your friend, choosing your career, choosing your dress. Even for your dress, you can't decide.
So a lot of rights are taken away from you just from the morning when you wake up. You're all constantly thinking what way you have to be.
Even before that, we were fighting for every single rights.
Women were fighting, but it was safer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after Taliban took over Kabul, it getting worse more than past. you know. So before we had the right to go outside, to study, to go
Go to
for
school and
work.
stuff,
We
yeah.
could fight.
Yeah.
We could stand up against the society and
Yeah.
said, I am a human.
As a protest, you could protest and not get arrested.
No.
Yeah.
We could do everything.
Yeah.
As a woman, I was working in a high position. I tried to do so many things as a woman to, to break every...
All the barriers, you're going to break
all
down,
the
cut through the red
barriers.
tapes. And well
For
done, you.
myself and my sister,
of
my
course.
daughter.
You're fighting for all women.
But now it is impossible.
Wow. Isn't it mad how you wouldn't even think... Now, I know it's a different country and we live worlds away from each other in society, but to think that things go backwards...
Yes.
Isn't it crazy? Because we're a progressive country as Irish, hadn't we? We're the first to introduce gay marriage and all that we have. It's stop people from smoking, banning cigarettes now. We're very progressive in that sense. So we're always going forward and say sometimes too fast for people to adjust to. But to find going backwards is a difficult thing to deal with, and especially with women's rights. And I know Taliban, eventually they stopped women going to school and stuff, did they? Yeah, because I remember them going, that's...
they ban everything for women.
Everything.
They just imprisoned in their houses. They just,
Bring us to the day, because I thought it was so mental when you told me about the day that the Taliban occupied Afghanistan.
Yeah. So even now I can't imagine something like that. So I was in another office with my colleague. We had a meeting together. So we knew sometime this day is coming, but we get hope, and so we keep hoping to change everything. But we were in a meeting, and the security just rushed to us and shouted as Taliban entered Kabul, just run away.
Wow. Just
run away. And we were so shocked. We thought Kabul will resist and about 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, and there is some miracle maybe happen. But he came to our office and said, just run. And I had my laptop, my phone, my bag, everything in my office. So we went back, we returned to our office, every one of us, and all the door was locked.
Shit.
Because the security was afraid of the Taliban. So we thought maybe when they entered the city, they shouted everywhere like their first, government.
Taliban
regime.
were shouting, we're the first government.
Yes. And everywhere were locked. And I missed my laptop, my phone, my bag, everything in my office.
You had to leave it there and go.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I had to leave very quickly. So the driver came to me and asked me to leave. Forget about everything you had in your office, just leave.
Yeah, get a car, let's go. Your life is important, let's go. Leaving a burning house. This is sad, life or death, serious.
Yeah, when I went out from my office, from the office, so it was like a doomsday. People were running everywhere.
Wow.
There was a huge, massive traffic.
Yeah,
so
everyone was trying
nobody
to escape.
couldn't move. So I left the car because it was a government car. So I asked the driver, just leave it here and run.
So you were standing out, you stood out because it's government official car.
Yes.
And as soon as you were spotted there's government, they
Yes,
would have been
yes,
after, because their
of
whole idea is now
course.
come in and take over and wipe out the government.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever it means.
Of course.
And they don't just do things by half.
So
They're strict. Like there's no like, we put
No. They will
life or death.
shoot at you.
Wow, holy shit,
So
that's scary.
if you try to escape, they will shoot at you. So it was very dangerous to go to run with a government car. So I tried to take a taxi, but we couldn't move because of the traffic. The cars came from everywhere. There is no rule. There was no rule of traffic or
Traffic
no
lights
police
are
traffic.
stopping. It was just go.
Nothing.
So everyone was just trying
running.
to get past, escape.
Yes. Like a
Red lights,
doomsday
straight
in
through.
Actually sounds
Yeah,
like
doomsday.
doomsday.
It is.
in movie.
Yeah, you're
you
not-
saw
You're not
lots of-
afraid to get stopped with the police on the bus lane.
No.
You're just
There was
going.
no
Yeah.
police.
Yeah,
There was
everybody's-
nothing. Everybody, just
terrifying.
escape.
Terrifying.
And and that time, one of my friend called me. Just don't go home because your place occupied by the Taliban. I was a neighbor of a very big leader. So Taliban entered the Kabul, and in their first, step was occupying some places like President's office.
Yeah.
And Vice President Office, Anti-Corruption Commission, Ministry of Defense, and somewhere diplomatic area and House of Leaders.
Right, okay.
So I was a neighbor of one of the leaders. So they occupied his house, and so my apartment was near him.
And there was loads of Taliban at your
Yes, and we were so afraid of them. We were so scared of them. So I couldn't go back to my home, and so I called another friend, and she said, "You can come to my place." And I stayed there for 1 week.
Right.
So at this time, sorry Latifa, just so the audience are aware, you had a child.
Yeah.
And your child was back with your mother and father.
Yes, I had a child, and after Taliban occupied some cities, some big cities of Afghanistan, I decided to send them back to my hometown because I had a house there and a car and everything was there, and I thought it is safer for them. It's a safe place for them because we thought when Taliban came to Kabul, there is a war.
Yeah.
So I was afraid of my son and my family. So he was 7, and my parents and my son went back. They returned to my hometown about a month before the days.
Oh,
the day.
good, yeah.
So that time they weren't with me.
Right.
And about 1 week. Yeah.
Wow, okay. But you were lucky. Wow. That you weren't in the same, because you would have happened to go back and get your child, but you knew he was with your parents and safe at the time.
Yeah, actually, my plan was I couldn't leave my job because we were doing some some case, working on some cases,
Some
very
big
very
important
important.
case that you get,
Yeah, like ministers and deputy of ministers and something like that. And so I couldn't leave my job, and I sent them back, and I had a plan to get my leave and join them.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
okay.
I was so afraid of Taliban too.
Yeah.
So as a single mom, as a woman who lives alone, it was a big crime. And you're working in government.
It's a crime to live alone if you're a woman.
As a woman. Yeah.
With a child.
And I knew about that.
They force women to get married because it is a Sharia law.
So as soon as you hit a certain age, you should be getting married at a certain age. What age would you be like?
So it doesn't matter for them, but about 9, 10. Yeah. So they allow child marriage.
In
It's not a
Afghanistan,
child
did they?
marriages.
Yes,
They just
yes.
married them off to the children.
Yes.
I didn't sorry here, but you didn't think that. Does that still
I
go on
didn't
today?
think that was still going on
Does that still
today.
go on today?
Yeah, the Taliban, this is their rules.
Are they still in power? Like, I know I'm not without being
So
ignorant. They're still in
they-
power
you
in
know,
Afghanistan now.
Yeah.
That's right. And the Americans, wasn't it? They helped them get in the first place. First they helped the Russians helped them, and then they fell out with the Russians, and then the Americans helped them.
American.
Everyone
and
was
then
helping them, and then the
Taliban.
Taliban.
Now the
Holy
Taliban.
shit, wow.
So they force every girls to get married, and they banned school and work, and there is nothing for girls. So they have to get married,
Wow. That's a scary.
give birth to child,
Fucking hell.
and be at the service of men. So imprisoned at home, and don't go anywhere, and it was like a jail for women.
It's not mad to think that still goes on. Even if you think about it in 2000 or whatever year it is, and now it's 2026. You can't imagine it.
No.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
can't
imagine
imagine.
I know we were brought up in a different lives, different, completely different. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has rights, you know what I mean? Well, I know women had still fought, and they'd still say
Yes.
women
Yeah,
still
but
fight
women
for
have big
certain
rights. Yeah.
But compared to what was going on, there is nothing.
We can't compare.
So tell me though, because I guess I'm gross in the story. So you go to your friend's house
Yes.
and you're hiding
Yes.
for.
For 1 week, I was hiding. There was some friend in France, USA, and Ireland. They tried to help me, and so after so many tries, I got Ireland visa.
Irish.
Irish visa. Yeah.
Good for you.
a visa for Ireland. Yeah, we were a small group of 6 people, a man, a lady, and a family of 3.
Sorry, I'm going to keep stopping because I just find it interesting. How do you get the Irish visa? What routine do you have to go through?
I knew a friend from Morocco here in Ireland in Frontline Defender. So a friend of me knew her, and she asked her to help me.
Right.
And Frontline Defender, they were helping lots of human rights defender in Afghanistan, and they were trying to save them and escape them. Yeah, and so she called me and asked me, where are you, and how we can help you, and we are going to send you a visa, and we know you are hiding or something like that. And I asked them, of course, but they said, we just can't save you.
Right.
And after that, you can try for your son and your family. Just you. And that was a big moment for me to decide what to do. And because of my son, I rejected two chances. So they said the same thing to me.
So you got the offer, come now on your own, and you were like, no. And then the second time, obviously, that's how do you deliberate with that? Leaving them.
Because you did say one thing to me, to Latifa, no mother, no son or something. What was it you were saying?
That moment I thought, this is my third chance, and if I reject this one, ignore this one, what is going to happen to me? So I thought to myself, a dead mother, an alive mother, a living mother is better than a dead mother.
Of course.
So if Taliban doesn't kill me, I will die from hunger.
Right.
Because I don't have a job.
Fucking hell, yeah.
So
no money.
No money, nowhere to go. So I would die from depression. So you can, I don't know, you can imagine or not. So someday in the morning you wake up and somebody told you can't go to the park, you can't go to work or to study, to school, anywhere. Wow. You just have to stay at home. So you experienced COVID.
Yeah.
COVID period.
Yeah.
So it was so difficult for
it's such
people.
a horrible thing to be kept
it
in.
leads to depression,
of course.
to
Cabin
argument.
fever sets in, as you say, cabin fever first. You start to lose your mind a little bit. But like, so even at that stage, and you're trying to go. Obviously, you refused twice to go on your own because you wanted to go with your parents, and then you were like, the third time came around, and like now you're trapped. You can't go in, you can't go out, you can't do anything. There's nothing. You have no money, you have no way of surviving. So if you don't go on now, you're either gonna get killed by the Taliban or starve to death. So now the extra option is get out, set up, let's plan, and then plan from a different area. So is that you did decide? You're still in a part of Afghanistan at this stage, or you were at the
I was in Kabul.
Still in Kabul.
Yeah, hiding.
And this is all within the 1 week.
Yes.
So in 1 week you got 2 offers.
Yeah, from France and USA, and then.
And then Ireland was your last option, and you said, "I'll take this and go." Yeah, okay. And then it was the plan of Ken. So what was then when you accepted? What happened then?
So I accepted that.
Yeah.
And they asked me to go to Kabul airport. And it was so dangerous because of lots of explosion. Wow. So one explosion happened after 3 days. I left Kabul, and it killed so many people, including two friends of mine.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So we were raised together from childhood.
Oh,
so
sorry to hear that. Shocking.
Thank you. And so they arranged our group, a small group of us, and we spent 2 days, 2 nights in Kabul airport. So because there was no flight for us.
Yeah.
So it was so difficult and so dangerous and so scary because the Taliban's forces they surrounded us at that time, and they could enter the Kabul airport very easily and kill every people. Or every second we expected explosion among the crowd.
Of course, but isn't at the same time, I'm sure the Taliban, and look, I'm only speculating here, as well tell us where they were going into Afghanistan, like they were in Afghanistan, taking over and Kabul, the capital, and all the major strategic places like the House of Parliament and the government buildings. But to go to an airport and start, which the bombs are bad, if you're going to start killing citizens from other parts of the world, that's when they're going to be more trouble on themselves. So my airport is probably one of the safest places, would it be, to be?
Yeah,
possibly.
On that time, airport was the safest place.
Because it's international from all over the world. People are from all over the world.
But you couldn't, trust it.
Right, okay.
So there was a huge, bombing, and after 3 days, I left Kabul.
Wow.
So many people died.
Yeah.
So when you got that flight, what happened?
We couldn't get the flight straight to Ireland, so we had to go to Qatar with American forces.
Right.
So they asked us to go to American forces and ask them to transfer you to Qatar.
It's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it? That's just
yes.
Seriously.
We were 800 people. Sitting in the floor of a military airplane.
The big cargo planes, the massive one that transports tanks and shit. You are sitting on the floor, no seats and seatbelts. Just get them on.
Very cold.
Wow.
Very
Yeah, because you're up in the air in the sky, the temperature's down, and you're sitting on the freaking floor.
Yes, the floor.
Wow.
We didn't. So that time was so hot in Afghanistan.
Right.
40 degrees in Afghanistan, 50 degrees in Afghanistan,
Shit.
and we had no clothes. So they asked us just to have some food and a bottle of water. Nothing else.
Wow.
So I left Afghanistan with a small backpack.
Yeah, small travel light and fast.
Yes, nothing. I didn't take anything with me, so it was so cold, and we went to Qatar and spent 1 week there. No food, no water, no shower, no internet. So the big problem was internet. So I didn't heard anything from my family. I haven't heard from my family anything about 1 week, and the same for them. They were so worried about me.
They
My son missed me,
must have
and
been going mad when they had no contact for a week. You just think that was it, wouldn't you?
yeah, we didn't have any internet there. So after that, they transferred us to Germany, a military base of American. So we spent 1 week there as well.
Yeah.
So with no food, the lack of food, so just we were hungry every time, and the internet was so expensive, and no shower, no water, and I lost one pair of my shoes there. So with no shoes, I came to Ireland with one shoes.
Wow,
one pair of
that's
shoes.
fucking scary, and then have to leave your son behind, and that's this big amazing promotion. You had to shoot from the stars all the way up. So how long ago was that now? How long you were here in?
Since 2021, September
So
2000.
so that's right. Just you come out of COVID and
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I came to Ireland with help of Irish government.
Oh yeah.
So, counselor, Ireland counselor in Germany.
Right.
She came to the camp by herself,
Oh wow.
and she.
They helped you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And so where is your son now?
Here in Ireland.
He's came obviously. That's all. I just
She
wanted
got
to
him.
say-
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well done. What's his name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Welcome. Welcome.
you.
I say he's settling in nicely. So is he in school and all now? Over
Yes.
here, obviously
Yes.
settling well into the different.
Yeah,
Is he a little
likes
Irish lad now?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Irish accent, lots of Irish friends.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, once
Yeah.
To watching the
And
different accents.
now
yeah.
he knows Ireland as his home.
Yes, right, good.
Yeah, he
good.
likes Ireland.
He's settling in
very
nicely. That's great.
If
And
the Taliban left, would you go back?
Of course.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure about my son, but I will.
yeah.
So I haven't, I never imagined being an immigrant again, because I had so many bad experiences in Iran as an immigrant. So
Really? So when you were an Afghan in Iran,
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah,
get...
there is no right for immigrant in
Wow.
Iran, Afghan
Okay, no
immigrant in
whatsoever.
Iran. So I don't think so we can call them a good neighbor.
Okay.
But we are banned. We were banned from university for so many years in Iran. We can't go to office or something like that. Just we can do the hard work and some hand work.
How is it here? How are you finding Ireland? How do you find the people in Ireland?
Oh, so friendly.
I love to hear that.
I am so glad. I think I was so lucky. My first experience in Europe was in Ireland.
Yeah, good. And
I have so many Irish friends.
Yeah, good.
You don't know how they helped me, how much they helped me, and
big
they
hearts.
support
Yeah.
me.
We've big hearts.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, it is
humbling.
like that. It is humbling to hear as well, and especially with everything that's going on nowadays. We're all everyone's
so
up to winding each other up. I think more so. I think people are more winding each other up online. That makes it worse and making people look worse for themselves on both left. And I'm talking about in the middle left and right, not the not the mad far right and far left. Some have different opinions, and some have and you can have a different opinion and still live together in society.
Yeah.
That's what
I think as well, hearing your story gives the other side of immigrancy. Like that's 100%. A side that there's no option.
No,
you have to come. There's a woman in Afghanistan that's going to be shot.
Yeah.
Just for being Afghani and living in Afghanistan. She needs
crazy.
to go, you
100%.
know.
And we'd welcome you in 1,000 times.
A million times,
say, what's a Cade Meal of Fulcha?
Cade Meal of Fulcha, 1,000 welcomes.
Is what we say. So I remember it being planted in flowers in the school.
That's right,
Cade Meal of Fulcha. It's 1,000 welcomes. And we really are a land of 1,000 welcomes. And I'm glad you're over here. And so what you, for work-wise, such an important and very high office job. Where do you now with work over here? What is it? Can you say?
So when I came to Ireland, I came to Ireland with no English.
Oh no, that's right. Okay, well, so that's in 2001, and you're flat. You're obviously a very intelligent woman.
No, thank you.
So you picked up, I'm sure.
So I expected more from myself, but I came to Ireland with no English.
Wow.
So I was lazy at English from my childhood. So I need Google Translate, some translator, interpreter for everything in Ireland for 1 year, and I decided to. So my career needs a lot of speaking, professional documents and something like that. So I decided to focus on my English and study English and focus on bringing my son here, and after that my family, my parents.
Good.
And so I'm still working with Afghan women in Afghanistan, especially. So I got an internship as in Transparency International Ireland.
Wow,
I was so lucky. Yeah, for 6 months I was. They changed my role as a volunteer researcher.
As a what? Sorry.
Volunteer researcher. Volunteer researcher.
Volunteer researcher. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was. It was an honor to work with them, and after that, because of some problem, I resigned. Oh. So, Taliban arrested my brother. And he's in their hand about 6 months.
Is he still there now?
Your brother is under arrest by the Taliban.
Yes, in Afghanistan. Yes, in Kabul. I had 2 brothers left in Afghanistan.
Can I ask for what was there? There's they just arrest you and throw you in prison, or what was his crime? The crime allegedly by the Taliban, which is like fucking off the charts, and it's a crime.
They arrest every people they have potential to fight with them in future.
Right, okay, so have you seen like someone that can stand up or fight back or talk back or rally a crowd, you're a goner?
Of course.
You can see them doing that everywhere now. That's a typical, isn't it? That's a typical fucking, like...
Yeah, just get them out.
Getting over, like shutting down who can talk well and who can...
Yes, of course.
All governments do that. They're doing it in America, they do it in England, they do it all over, but I'm sure the Taliban's horrifically bad.
And have you heard anything from him? Is there any communication?
They put him on a trial and sentenced him to 10 years.
What the fuck?
For what? What's the crime?
Lots of things. They said he murdered a Taliban's member, and actually my brother was an intelligence officer. in Ministry of Defense in Afghanistan, and he was working with NATO and some important role, and so they recognized him and just arrested him.
Yeah, they may have fabricated a load of crimes just to put him away.
Yep.
They just want him off the streets and so
yes,
you can't talk.
of course.
Wow.
Lots of friends said they are looking for every people they have the potential for fighting with them, so to stand up against them, and so they won't release your brother easily. So we were so scared of his death. So for 20 days we haven't heard anything from him. So I thought maybe they killed him, and so I couldn't see him again and something like that.
That's really hard. Really hard.
But he's alive.
And good.
We are happy.
You found out he's alive.
It's
okay. Sorry, there's some tissues there. Sorry.
Thank you. And so it's a big relief for us, but we are trying to do something for him, because the Taliban, they are very corrupted government. Yeah. There are lots of corruption in their government, and they are just doing something. They are doing everything for power and money.
Of course, yeah.
And so we are trying to
Isn't
use
it
this.
so sad? And with
It's
the year that we
baffling,
live in,
mind-blowing.
2026, you'd never think. In the year 2000, you're looking forward, you're going, but that I thought to be just nothing but world peace.
But you know what? I think at this
crazy.
stage, even when you look now, obviously Ireland had not even a comparison to Afghanistan. But with the way governments are today in all the world, is just horrendous,
scary,
corrupt. Like, you know, it's
the
just
corruption is fine.
It's
corruption
very,
is
very, very bad.
And it's just like, if you're not, like, obviously, I'm only blading the plaster that tells jokes on stage or whatever, but I wouldn't be able. But when you're watching I'm watching from the outside, isn't it, how far does it go like, where they're pasting it, giving each other backhanders and getting the best jobs,
who gets looked after and who doesn't,
spending money on, who looks after their own interests and everyone else, and then they start building up in bits and pieces like that. That's when the power gets the people and money gets the people instead of the people
getting the
instead
money.
of going with this is right for people and progression and all that. So one brother's in prison, the other brother still in Afghanistan.
They got him as well.
Just three
no, just two.
There's two brothers, and was there three in the family?
No, she's a sister here too.
I
have
my my two siblings. They are here.
Oh, good.
They joined me after 3 years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but with help of my Irish friend.
No, that's
I want to ask, actually, because we briefly spoke about Kerry, because we only had the 2 days together, wasn't it? Your sister, she set up an online school.
Yes.
Tell us about that. For who?
So when Taliban, I have a sister now. She's 21 years old, and she had a dream to be a doctor, a GP.
Oh, nice.
But when Taliban took over Kabul, she banned from school.
Of course.
And she got a very deep depression. So when they escaped to Iran, after 1 year, my family couldn't live in Afghanistan because of lots of, Taliban bothered them a lot, and so they decided to go to Iran, and they stayed there. So when they went to Iran, my sister decided to set an online English courses for girls.
Nice.
So to help them to improve their English.
Is that in Afghanistan?
Yes.
Anyone online, but so she was directly towards the young girls in Afghanistan.
Yes.
It is a free. Wow,
it's
free
online school.
Isn't it brilliant?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
And is there many women in Afghanistan, children that are in that school?
Yes,
but
it's for girls.
It's private, isn't it? It's not to talk about. It's not something that the Taliban know about.
No, because we are afraid of teachers, and we are afraid of Taliban for the teacher and the students. We have 400 girls that are studying English.
Brilliant.
Another round of applause. That's brilliant.
Whatever they do, when you're thinking now the opportunity that's going to create down to educating these young girls to be able to come out and
she's running it about 3 years now.
Good for her, 21 years old. That's a great achievement. Well done.
Because she faced so many things in this.
Really? Because she hadn't got the education.
In her young age, and she had a dream, and she was so disappointed, and so it's very unusual to experience all these things in your early ages, in young
it's
ages.
scary,
So,
isn't it?
And tell me this, Latifa, what's your plans for, like, what you want to be, what you want to do? I know your dream is maybe to get back to Afghanistan one day. First of all, as an Afghani woman, do you think that's ever going to be possible? Can you ever see that silver lining?
No, I don't think so. I can go back to Afghanistan
Never.
right now under the Taliban regime because I'm on their list as well.
No, do you
So-
think there's ever going to be...
You're wanted
yeah,
person. Not
yeah.
Do you think there's ever a time that the Taliban will be gone?
Yeah, of course. Any suppressive regime, any totalitarian regime, they won't last long
That's right, yeah.
because people now it's the 21st century.
Yeah.
So we have lots of education women in Afghanistan,
Yeah.
still in Afghanistan. Lots of people, they got their education and they are not as the same as past.
Yeah.
So we knew our right.
You can't keep them down because they're too educated. And
They
they're too
can't.
Like that, and they know what's going on. The world is bigger now, what's smaller
Yeah.
on the internet. And you're not going to stay here putting up with this shit when you know
Yeah.
there's better stuff.
So you see, after the 15th of August, Taliban occupied Kabul, and in 17th of August, the girls, the women of Afghanistan, they went to street
yeah.
and shouted, "We want
I
our
remember
freedom."
This was on the news.
Right.
This was on
Yeah.
the news. I remember
How
this.
did that
Yes.
feel? How did that feel seeing that?
It's I can't say anything about it. So they are so brave.
Yeah, exactly. it
They are
is.
fighting against the
Yeah.
regime. They don't know anything except killing people,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
just shooting at them.
Yeah, and
They
stand up
they
to
arrest
that.
they arrest women and girl, and they put them in jail and they torture them mentally and physically. And when they come out of the jail, the
Yeah.
prison, they are not the same person as
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah, they changed them and they're like, I'm never going to stand up against these
They are
again.
so scared. They have lots of mental issue, but they are so brave.
Yeah.
Of course.
They
That
are
deserves
fighting
another
against
round of
them.
applause.
Well done for all the women in
Yeah.
Afghanistan
Yeah.
2
and
weeks
past.
ago, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we had a protest, a big protest in Herat City, and in my area, we have a house there. So just Taliban, cracked him down,
Yeah.
very
Heavy.
very badly,
Bad, yeah.
brutally.
Really?
So yeah, but women they are still standing for their right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They are not the
brave.
same
Yeah.
women as the past.
Yeah,
They are
exactly. Yeah,
educated.
they're not going to be held down.
No.
Yes,
That's the thing with
of
the women
course.
now. Where it's
They
in,
know their rights.
Yeah, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want them educated because the education makes them dangerous.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
they
of
say
course,
that
of
they
course.
be
They
able
will
to
stand.
think for
Wisdom is
themselves.
power is not knowledge is power. You know,
Yes,
so
of
you know
course,
that's
of
and
course.
they're
They will
using that
stand
knowledge
up.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
The women in Afghanistan they are standing on for themselves. So they know their right. They have dream.
Yeah.
They want to be a doctor, a police,
Yeah, of course.
a judge, or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
they can.
Isn't it great then to have them
Them ambitions.
Yeah, the ambitions and that, but to be held back, it must be such. Like if you get the opportunity to do whatever you want, if you're over here in Ireland, like I said, your kids, you can do whatever you want. You fucking sit down, go to
Yeah.
school, educate yourself well, go and climb all the ladders, and you can achieve whatever you want.
Yeah.
But then to be in another country
be
where you're
suppressed
going-
and told
and
we
it's crazy
can't.
how fast it went back because how long was the period where Taliban wasn't in? They
In
weren't
occupation.
in power.
20 years.
Yeah, because I remember back the war
Yes.
was banned and they were taken over
Yes.
and everything was great again. But you
And
sort of
they
knew
had
already. You
democracy.
knew already they were coming back. They were for 20 years. The Taliban were planning on coming back and taking Afghanistan back.
Yes.
Where are they? Are they Afghani people or are
Yeah.
they from? They are. The Taliban are originally
The majority of them.
So we have so many ethnic groups in Afghanistan. So Taliban belongs to one of them,
Right.
and we call them Pashtun. But I can't say every Pashtun
No.
they are
Okay.
Yeah.
Taliban, but
It's-
the Pashtun culture is very strict to
Right.
women, toward the
Oh,
woman.
okay, right.
So it's I think the idea of Taliban is very cultural. It's a cultural view of their tribe. So they're forcing other people in Afghanistan to
be
follow
within
them.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, so my race is a bit democratic, a bit liberal.
And you're
towards
Muslim,
one.
aren't you, Latifa?
Yes.
Yeah,
we are
so
Muslim.
because I think it's important to explain that as well, because you are a beautiful soul, and I always say my family in Egypt,
Yes.
like there's so many Muslims around the world that are against the Taliban and
Yes,
against
of course.
ISIS and
Of
against
course.
all these
So I don't think so. It is
terrorism and-
Islam.
No.
So they are trying to force their culture
Yeah, culture. It's not there.
on other
Right,
people.
Yeah.
it's not the Islam,
you
it's
can't-
the culture
the
of
thing is,
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're making excuse of Islam,
Yeah.
but everything they're doing is because of their culture and because of their desire for money, for power, or for something like that.
Of course.
But it's not about just Islam.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you can't kill people easily,
Of course. And
even
it's
in
the same-
Islam.
they say-
No,
they say
that's
what's-
it's not. People think that
No, of
that
course.
people think that, but they don't.
But
Not,
isn't it the
yeah.
same circle? I'm not. I don't want to maybe again I sound ignorant or saying lack of intelligence here, but isn't it similar? Because you'd see Jewish people saying that Zionism isn't the same as a Jewish. You know what I mean? Like Muslim isn't the same as Islam.
Yeah, they have hijab
It's
and-
different types of because just because you're that doesn't mean you're in the exact same way, and not everyone agrees with what Israel. Like Jewish people all over the world, not all of them agree with what
they're-
Israel is doing
Yeah.
in Palestine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And stuff
Yeah, they're
like
not
that.
Sahyon.
Yeah, just because
Yeah,
they're
they're-
Jewish doesn't mean everyone
Yeah.
that's Jewish believes that they should take out and fucking wipe out the Palestinians.
Yeah,
They don't.
no, yeah,
It's Zionist,
true.
the same
Yeah.
way some people that Zionists don't think everyone that's Jewish is Zionist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's the
have
same
so
way
many
of
Jewish
Muslims and
friends,
Islam.
and they're saying we are not Sahyon. Sahyon.
Zions,
So we are
Zionists, yeah.
Jewish,
Yeah.
but we are not belong to that.
And you've
people.
just said it there, like you're a Muslim woman saying I have so many Jewish friends.
Yes.
Like it can work, you know, different religions and
Of
different
course.
cultures
Well,
can
yeah,
work.
I
The
have
best,
so
best,
many
best.
friends
If you
from
want the best
different
picture of
religions.
that is Northern Ireland, man. The Catholics and Protestants lived side by side
Yeah.
for 30 years. I know you said it was a war for 40 years. Read what that little swivel war over the wall. Not saying
Yeah.
I know again. I'm gonna probably be fucking shot down by anyone.
Don't
else.
shoot
Really,
Joe.
Don't actually literally shoot me down, but. The wars went on up there, and then they had so much peace coming in and everything else. And I know
Yeah,
it was
of course.
a bit crazy up there the other night, the violence that went on the other night or whatever. But in that sense, you can see Catholics and Protestants living together. It doesn't mean just because you have to. It's like shouldn't be about the colour of your skin or the religion or who you're about to. If they've loved that child, regardless if they said your child is Jewish or a Christian or a Catholic or a Muslim, are you going to love them any less? I guarantee you wouldn't.
Never.
Imagine someone said, right,
No.
that's it, bang, your child's a Jew,
Well, that could-
your
you know
child
what?
is a cat.
Yeah.
You're not going to love them less,
Yeah.
they're still a child, they're
Yeah.
still a human, still
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
someone else. So,
Yeah.
in that sense, I suppose, but it's too easy.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
practice. We can
Yeah, of
practice
course
our
we can
religions,
practice.
but don't harm each other.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
And also, it shouldn't be just because you have different. The whole different about being a human. You know what I mean? And having identity is that we're different. Well, we were all the same. If we were all the exact same, practicing, exact same, liked, same haircut, the same, wouldn't it be fucking boring? Wouldn't
Absolutely,
boring
it'd be
as
like
shit?
robots.
Do you know what I
Everything
mean? We
working.
need
Yeah.
diversity
Yeah.
and we need the bit of
Just
change,
living.
and that's
Yeah.
what makes us human
Yeah.
and adapt and different cultures. And
Yeah.
who goes home and has a different, rather than just having an Irish stew, you might get a Chinese takeaway
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
have that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know, I think the variety of culture is very nice.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course it is.
yeah, it's
beautiful.
good to have mixed.
Of
It's
course it is.
beautiful.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can see
It is.
something new. You can experience
without a
something
doubt.
new.
Yeah,
And I love
and you
finding that.
learn.
Yeah.
You learn about so many different
Yes,
cultures.
of
The
course.
world is a very, 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 very big place.
It's very big and very small at the
Yeah.
same time. In the
Yeah,
same context, you can look
true.
online
Yeah.
and the world is so small.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if you fucking go to travel and see it, you can't start travel and see it all in one
Yeah.
go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
had the
you
money.
Yeah.
It's
We
so
can
hard.
enjoy our differences.
And that's
Yeah.
the only why I think before, listen, before humans and all that, I don't want to get too philosophical, whatever the fuck that is, right? But before the humans and all come around, there was no borders. If you believe in your God or whoever your God is,
Yeah.
he didn't go, this is where France is, and then this is where
It
Holland
was just a
is,
world.
and this is where Germany is. And
Yeah,
he
in the
didn't draw
past it
lines.
wasn't like that.
Humans drew the fucking lines.
Humans made a lot of humans made the religions.
That's something. No,
you know?
we definitely made
Yeah.
the religions. Well, yeah, no, 100%. So in that sense,
we
I
invented
suppose
it.
Yeah.
we can all. And before all that, I don't know if you go into it, but in that part of the world where we are on the outskirts, as I would
Yeah.
say, Ireland is on the outskirts of the world. If you look at where geologically where we are, we're all the way over here, and then there's nothing for a fucking million miles to hit America, right? If you look on the world map, but where? Like Istanbul is, all them, they were major trading places, weren't they?
Yeah.
So you said there was many different ethnic groups living in
In
and around.
Afghanistan.
And there many borders is on Afghanistan. So have you got like you have Syria, Iran, Iraq? Am I right? Would
Yeah,
we say?
yeah.
Yeah,
would,
six,
yeah.
Six countries.
Six different.
Yeah.
6 countries.
6 countries are borderline with
Yes.
6 countries. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And a lot of them countries are in their own wars.
Yes.
It's
Civil
nuts,
wars,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. And we only get a view of that, sorry, Latifa,
Yeah.
from our side of it. A lot of our views we just get at the Middle East.
Yeah.
They just know
Yeah.
that there's always trouble in the Middle East. Well, I just, without going any further,
Yeah.
we have other stuff
Yeah.
to do. It was an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure.
having you
You're
on.
such a
Thank you so
beautiful
much.
soul.
Shireen did say we need to get this lady on.
I was so
Such an
adamant.
amazing story. And I'm glad you made it over safely, and I'm glad you got your son and your family over
Yeah.
here with you. And your
Cade me the fault.
Cade me the fault. 1,000 welcomes. And I
Thank
wish
you
you
so
all the
much.
best
Thanks
here
a million.
with us and everything else. So thank you. Episode 37's out next week. I won't be wearing the same fucking clothes.
Change our clothes.
2 episodes in one day. Ignore me. And you're watching on YouTube. Good night, friends. Give it up for Shireen. Sorry again. Shireen. We have Jamie over there and they're amazing.
Latifa.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Woman. Latifa over here. Lord, thank you.